Hi there guys, it's VanicX, and today is the first episode of Free to Play Thursday that has aired in quite a few years. The first one we're going to bring you is Dirty Bomb. Now this is made by developers Splash Damage. It's made with Unreal Engine as the engine for the game, and it's published by both Nexon and War Chest. As you can see, I've invested a fair few hours into this game, and I'm still only level 7 because the biggest thing I want to talk about is how hard of a grind it is to level up in this game. And you've got level 200s in this game, and I do not understand how they have got that high. As much as it is a free-to-play game, there is also paid areas to it. All the characters you can buy for real-world money. Alternatively, you can earn in-game credits to be able to purchase them, as I have done with a few of my characters. But as you can see, it is very expensive to buy the characters. It's $6.99 each time, and some of them go on sale, but nevertheless it doesn't make it any cheaper. Today I'm going to be using 3, Artie, Vasily and Kira, I believe her surname is, and they are good. They're good characters. There are better, and I play with them the most because I think they best stylized towards how I like to play the game. I'm not trying to say I'm very good at this game. I recognise I'm really not very good, and the reason I've just skipped trying to find a game is because actually how long it takes to find a game in this. If you were watching at the top there, you could have seen how long it took me to find it, just to get into a lobby like this. Throughout the entire playthrough, you will see in the bottom left hand corner where the comments will normally be made, a blurred circle will come up. That's simply because a current player in this, you can see at the moment on my team, LSK, turned out to say some fairly outrageous comments during the game, and I don't think it's appropriate for me to display those to you guys. Unfortunately, he does also say some things over the microphone, and I can't block those out. I really wish I could, but I can't, so please do bear with me on that. All in all, this community is actually normally a very strong community. Normally, a very well, with the pro side to it as well. There's a lot of hype towards this, and I really don't want anyone to think that this game is only for the pro players. The only problem I find with this is that ranked play, such as this, becomes incredibly difficult for a new player. Your skills boundaries, by the time you've normally found a game, are so high that you can be playing in a game with people far, far beyond your level. I apologise for the awful frames as I came into the game there. That's not common. I think that's simply because of how quickly this character loaded in and managed to get the whole way across the map to us. We're not currently in game. We are, but we're in the loading phase where teammates can, you can hurt teammates all the time, but teammates find some fun in killing each other in their starting areas. And for some reason, I was instantly the target of Django here, who decided that he or she was going to try and take me down whenever possible. The 3 characters I'm playing try and depict how quick and how agile you have to be able to play this game. It's incredibly fast paced, and if I was to relate it to any paid AAA title at the moment, it would be that of the most recent Call of Duties, with the sort of wall jumping and just the speed of the gameplay. All in all, it really does tend itself towards people who play that sort of game, and that's not normally how I like to play my first person shooters. Normally this was just a game that I picked up and I got really stuck into, but I want you guys to form your own opinion of this game. Please feel free, watch the gameplay. I'll be talking again in a little bit, but for now, please just feel free to watch the game and see what happens.
On the objective. Defend it. Like little eggs of death. Get your ammo while it's fresh. Reloading.
As you can see, the gameplay is very fast. And as you saw me there knifing the character on the floor, a big part of the gameplay and the game style of this is that you have to finish off all of your kills. If you die from an explosive, you are automatically finished off. However, if you're shot or if you are pummeled, you have to be finished off as well. Otherwise, a medic, such as Sawbones, or, well, many of the others who are in the game, can get you up instantaneously. The rest of you can be helped up by just any player. However, it takes an extortionate amount of time, and when it comes to a ranked game like this, you simply don't have the time to pick up players unless in very dramatic situations. Explosives in this game are by far the most powerful tool. If you have the grenades, if you have the sticky bombs, they are an instant kill and they do such a huge amount of damage. As you can see, it doesn't take much to take you down either, and unless you're incredibly accurate and you can keep up with players, it's just really difficult to land any sort of damage. Something that's interesting is when during the scoreboards they don't show you your KD ratio. This isn't very common for first-person shooters. They show you on a point system, and I've heard a lot of professional gamers for this say that that is based around you trying to focus on doing the objective rather than just do your KD ratio. Really doesn't mean much because a lot of people still try and focus on their KD ratio, and as much as they do play the objective, when you're getting ranked against players who are level 200 or in the hundreds at least, it's very difficult then to be able just simply do the objective and not get absolutely destroyed by those who are much stronger. This game isn't without its problems. I haven't found a huge amount of glitches in this game, which is interesting because I normally with free-to-play games find an awful amount of glitches. This is actually a pretty well-made game, and they do get a lot of money as a company through their paid system, and simply because it is just so slow to gain all the characters by just playing the game. I don't understand how people get to level 200, as it does take so much experience. If you think I'm only getting 110 experience for a headshot, and I've got 317,000 experience in this game, and that's only level 7, when you're thinking about people getting to level 200, I dread to think the hours they must have invested. Neutralising enemy equipment such as that does give you some bonus points, some bonus XP, and when it's all about the XP and how you're playing, it's actually quite important, because if they were to manage to get behind you, resupplying off that can give them the advantage, and they can spawn lock you. That's not taken away from this game. I think I've shown you enough gameplay for now, and there's no point me sitting you through an entire game, because all that's going to happen is we're going to spend another 10 minutes playing on this side because we won't get them past this objective as they're a stronger team. You will be watching that, and then the sides will flip. So I'm going to show you once the sides have flipped because there's something else interesting that happens, and I was really hoping it would happen during this recording because it is a problem I find within the game. I know it is common in other games as well. I think it's an awful mechanic, as people simply don't have the time. You'll see what I mean. So after the long, monotonous 10 minutes of basically sitting on this corner, doing the same thing, and unable to capture that objective from them, or hold it at least, we move on to our side. So 13 to 17, it's by far a good score, but actually if you look at the range of scores that are on the board, it's not dissimilar, with a couple of exceptions. Again, I do apologise for some of the language that's being spoken throughout this game. I really hope to capture or get rid of it, as much of it as I possibly can. but I can't promise that all of it will be gone by the time that I'm finished with the video. So this is again in this sort of stupid phase where you've got to wait for everyone to click F6 to be ready, or they're on a time limit anyway, and you have to run over to their, well you don't have to, but you run over to their side of the map and you take them out as best you can, and you have a look around where it doesn't really matter and it doesn't count towards your KD. And finally, as she's telling you, you're told your objective.
Finally, stop them delivering the objectives.
So here I'm playing Kira. She has an incredibly powerful ability to be able to use the orbital laser. She is a very quick character. She's one of the quickest. And as we've jumped again, it's simply to show you towards the end of this game, this happens here. The game has been paused. You can't vote to get rid of it, and it actually meant that 2 of my teammates had either left previously to that or have now left. So when the game begins to unpause again, we are now 3 against 5 against a team that are already on our last objective with 12 minutes to go, who are doing and performing much better than us anyway. I personally feel that the sniper rifle in this game doesn't do enough damage. I think it would be more important to see body shot like that, especially chest shots, taking a lot more damage, but I think it's to sort of diversify and take away from that sort of field of gaming, as they did want this to specifically be a fast-paced game that everyone sprints around with a shotgun or with an assault rifle or submachine gun, just as this little bitch is doing right now. And excuse the French, but she's like hatred of a character simply because of her deployable mines. Shotguns in this game are incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. If you're playing a fast character, they are probably the strongest in the game. And Fletcher, who is the gentleman on the other side throwing around the grenades, and there's 2 of them currently playing on their team, carries a shotgun, throws grenades, and is just an incredibly powerful character. But I hope, guys, this has given you an experience, and I hope that you are now able to see what Dirty Bomb's about. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.